have all of Team Caliber and all of Fuse. They're here and they're ready to get things going. And the first game mode and map that we're going to be testing, it's going to be cranked on Strike Zone. So without further ado, let's get this one going. So the players, they were informed that everything goes right now. They're going to be using every single gun. They're going to be using kill streaks. So either it's assault, support, or specialist, all that stuff is allowed. And if you're new to Call of Duty Ghosts, maybe you haven't seen the game played just yet, Cranked is a game mode. It's a variant on Team Deathmatch. And the objective is that when you pick up a kill, you become cranked. And that increases your speed, your movement all around the map. And when you get a kill while you're cranked, then you earn 2 points for your team. So here we go. It's going to be Strike Zone will be the first map, Fuse versus Team Caliber. And let's take the first look at Cranked here. Now, I really love this map. This is more of a slow-paced map, and I'm in the spectator mode right now, so I'm going to go switch over to Federation. Let's see what these guys are doing. So let's check out Fuse. I'm going to be watching his Storify here, and there you go. Looks like he just got cranked. So there's a 30-second timer when you pick up a kill, and unfortunately, he just got taken out there, so he's no longer cranked. And you see the score right now. It is 7-5. And let me just unplug this for you guys. And his Storify, looks like he's using the Remington by the looks of it. And the Remington, one of the many assault rifles in Call of Duty Ghosts. But he's cranked right now. Just looking around for some kills. Does find one here. So when you're cranked, of course, you get increased movement speed. I think you get a couple of perks as well, like Stalker. You get, I don't know what it's called, but you can throw your equipment further, your grenades, your tacticals, and such like that. But 20 seconds remaining. His Storify has to make a move soon. And there you go. He's going to get an assist. So getting assists on players, that also gives you more time of being cranked. And he's going to get taken out there. So let's go over to one of his teammates. It doesn't look like I could actually... Okay, there we go. Thing 2. So Thing 2, he's using a submachine gun. This looks like it's the Bison. Oh, the Vepr. Okay. So he's using the VEPR. Just called in his guard dog. Dropping the comsat as well. So the way the comsats work is the first one you get, it acts sort of like a motion sensor. It can only see, you know, a decent area from that SATCOM, but when you get a second, then it acts like a UAV. The third one is more of an advanced UAV or a VSAT, and the fourth one is an orbital, which, or not an orbital, it's an oracle, and allows you to like see through walls and stuff. So very powerful if you use it all in conjunction, and you know, if you are able to coordinate that with your team, if everybody has that SATCOM on, you know, everybody gets one, you can get an oracle just like that. But you see the score right now, 39-28. Fuse in the lead. And let's actually switch over to the Team Caliber guys. So let's go over to the Ghost team. And right now we're going to be watching Sharp. So it looks like he's got the MSBS in his hand. And this is one of the more powerful assault rifles in the game. It's a 3-burst gun. And chances are, if you connect on all 3 bullets, you're going to pick up the kill. The hip fire, of course, very accurate as well. So let's see what Sharp could do. I wish I could see what perks he was using. That'd be where give me great insight into how he kind of wants to move around the map. But Team Cal, they've brought it to within 6 by the looks of it. As we're going to be watching Nezzle here. He gets taken out. So back over to Sharp. I want to see what Theory's doing. So Theory, he ran a lot of SMG and Black Ops 2. And there you go. He's got the Vector in his hands. And the Vector is one of my favorite SMGs in the game. A lot of people like the Bison or the Vepr or even the Tar. But I think the Vector is at least my favorite. But really, all the guns in this game, they're all pretty consistent. I mean, it's an Infinity Ward game, so the gun balance is going to be second to none. You know, all the guns, they're going to be able to do some damage. All right, so Theory is going to be working in conjunction with Sharp. I haven't seen him get cranked up yet, and you just need to get that initial pick. Once you're cranked, you get an assist, and then you could keep getting or increase the time that you're cranked for. He's going to find one. And this top hall position is very crucial to lock down. This is probably the main power spot on the map. You know, if you're able to stay alive in this hallway, you look out towards either side. This is where the other team, that's going to be their main spawn, over near C-Dom or more towards A-Dom. But you also got to watch out towards the B-Dom side. That's going to be like the main kitchen area. You know, that's another spot where people do like to go to. So it's going to be Gunjar. Just got taken out. Gunjar, he's been playing this game for a while now. I've been kind of picking his brain on, you know, what he thinks works, what he thinks doesn't work, his maps they've been playing out. He's just been grinding those 8s. And he's got the SC 2010. as he's going to find 2 in the restaurant. Taking it slow, actually finds 3, but he's going to get taken out as Fuse. They're starting to build themselves a bit of a lead. They're up by around 11 points, and you know it's a 10-minute time limit, and it goes all the way up to 100 points. And now Goonjar, he's going to get cranked, throwing down that SATCOM. You see on the mini-map in the top left-hand corner, orange dots, of course, it's going to be the other team. As Goonjar falls, we're going to switch over to Neslo. He makes his way down low towards the restaurant. MSBS in hand. He's going to get the kill onto Sin, and that's going to earn himself the SATCOM. So he's going to drop that down on the ground, finding one more on top of the C-stairs. Won't pick up the kill. Actually, he will onto Thing 2. Makes his way back into the restaurant. One more player, but he gets taken out in the end. And let's actually switch teams once again. Let's go over to the Fuse guys. So Historify, and there you go. He's using one of the new features in Call of Duty Ghosts. It's these slides. So in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, you had the dolphin dive where if you go sprint and then you go prone, you actually dolphin dive. But in Ghosts, of course, you got that slide feature. And you can slide into prone. You could slide into standing back up, depending on if you time it perfectly. But Fuse, they only need 3 more kills to take the first map here. But Team Cobra, they're gonna try to put up a fight here as they need to get 13, and unfortunately they won't be able to. It's gonna be 187. Your final score here. Take a look at the scoreboard. Historify 26 and 16, 3 assists, and on Team Cobra it's gonna be Neslo 21 and 15. They're struggling a little bit at 9 and 19, but it's only the first map, so we're gonna be looking for him to bounce back. So okay, I really like how that map played out. You saw players when they are cranked, they love to be a bit more aggressive on the map, as that's the benefits of being cranked. You can move faster all along the map. You get that Stalker perk, and you're able to strafe. Stalker is very similar to the stock attachment in Black Ops 2, so we're going to be looking for players to maybe use a couple more, or maybe that might be a stable. But let's take a look at these maps here. What should we throw it on next? So we just did Strike Zone. I want to take a look at Freight. So Freight, it's more of a train track map. There's a train, of course, in the middle of the map. Then it's all about rooftop control here. So in the buildings, there are plenty of windows, plenty of vantage points you could get to try to get the jump on your opponent. So we're going to be looking at where these players set up. And what I didn't see a lot is, it was, for the most part, is very fast-paced gameplay. Going into this game type, I thought it was going to be, kind of slow-paced. When you are cranked and you let that timer wind all the way down, your score remains unchanged. So if you're on the other team and you recognize that somebody is cranked out, well, you don't really need to push them. In fact, they have to come to you. So try to use that position to your advantage. And then you see Neslo off the start, just drop it back to his base. Now you see the Team Cobra guys, they're starting to get their setup going. They're just going to hang tight in their crates and waiting for the Fuse players to make their way over to them. And you see it looks like the MSBS will be the weapon of choice, as Shark just waiting for one Fuse player to make their way into his line of sight. Let's see what the other guys are doing for Team Cobra. It's going to be Theory. He's going to be over near their main warehouse. Oh, he's going to find one player. There you go. Cranked out. First blood onto FaZe. As he's going to be looking around for more players. There you see the increased movement speed. And of course, he gets strafe a lot more effectively than his opponents. But Fuse, they now know that Theory's cranked out, so they don't want to go anywhere near him. In fact, if they can, they really want to try to pick Theory off. Theory looks like he just spotted one. Yes, he did. Does manage to pick up the kill on the Thing 2, so 3 kills made in the game. 2 of them going to Theory as Team Cobra. They're going to take a 3-0 lead. One more down low. Theory is going to try to use the strafing to his advantage, and he will wind up taking out Sin there. Theory's on fire. He's going to be earning a couple of kill streaks pretty soon. You're going to have to pick up another gun because he's starting to run out of ammo. So he's got the Remington. Remington is one of my favorite assault rifles. So aside from the MSBS, if you need a fully auto AR to use, the Remington is probably going to be your best choice. But Theory, he's just kind of playing the scout first team, with that increased movement speed. He can see a lot more of the map, but Historify, he's got the sniper, and there you see Goonjar. Unfortunately, he's just going to let that crank timer run out. He gets blown up, but Team Cobra have a decent lead right now. They're up by a total of 11 kills, and Team Cobra, they're just going to be pitching tents in the back of their base. Let's go over to Historify. He had the sniper in his hands. It looks like he has the thermal sight as well. I really want to see how he's going to use this. As Freight, you can work these long range of sights, but from one side of the map to the other. When you're pushing into the warehouse, of course, it becomes all about these close quartered engagements. So we're going to see if Historify can make the sniper work. Just spotted one player going in the back. Looks like it might have been Gunjar. And he does spot him, and he connects onto Neslo. Now, it's going to be Historify cranked down. And it looks like while you are aimed in with the sniper, you don't get that much increased movement speed. So if you had that assault rifle out, that SMG out, you know, your strafing would be greatly effective when you're cranked. But doesn't seem to be as noticeable with the sniper. But Historify just kind of looking around, trying to make this pick, and he connects there on the sharp headshot. But he gets taken out immediately after. But Fuse, they're trying to come back into this game. They're currently down by 15 total kills. And keep in mind, when you are cranked and you pick up a kill, that counts as 2 points. So Historify is going to get 1 for that. And if he picks up the next, it's going to be a 3-point swing for Fuse. Unfortunately, it looks like he just sniped his teammate. As now, looks like both teams have kind of traded positions on the map. So this is where Caliber started out, and this is where Fuse are going to take over. And Caliber, since they do have the lead, they don't really have to be aggressive. Fuse have to be the aggressors on the map, but it's going to be Historify finding 2 in the back of the base. He gets taken out by Sharp, so we're going to switch over to Sin as he's looking for kills around the map. You see on the mini-map in the top left-hand screen, when those red dots pop up, Sin, he's going to make his way over to pick up the kills. And he's looking around, looks like SATCOM will get called in. Oh, there you go. I think Sin is actually using one of the marksman rifles by the looks of it. Of course, the marksman rifles are pretty much just an entire weapon class of single-shot assault rifles. So a lot of, I guess the best comparison to make would be like the FAL, like the SMR of Black Ops 2. Except there are 4 different guns. I personally like the IA2 out of all those marksman rifles. But thing too, he's using a submachine gun, so he wants to be much more mobile around the map. And now that he's cranked out, you're going to see the movement speed come into play. These Fuse are currently down by close to 20 total kills. There you see some of the dynamic map elements here on Freight, opening up an entire part of the map, and they're going to be able to take out Sharp. Finding one more, that will be Neslo, as he cleans up the kill onto Thing 2. FaZe looks like he wants to go help out his teammate, and you know, you can kind of send out a guy and be a lone wolf, but really you want to work as a team. It's all about teamwork here in Call of Duty. If you want to send, you know, maybe split off into 2-man squads and try to fight 2-on-2 along the map, you can definitely make a variety of different things work. But in the meantime, FaZe, he's all cranked out, finding 1 down low. That will be Theory, and Historify still with this sniper in his hands. Switches to the pistol, and I'm going to switch over to the Team Caliber boys here, as you know, they have the lead, and they've had the lead since the start of the game, where they went up by around 11 total kills. And now they've increased their lead to 21. So they're in a great position. Keep in mind, it goes to 100 total kills. So still a ways to go in this game. And then you see 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the whole game. But let's switch over to Gunjar. Looks like he too has the Remington in his hand. He's just hanging out in the spawn, so we'll go on board with somebody who's being a bit more aggressive, and that will be Neslo. As he's just searching for a kill. He's currently cranked out, and he just wants to play this nice and cautious. Still has 15 seconds, so plenty of time to work with before he gets blown up here. Spots one down range, and he will pick up the kill, resetting his timer and getting some more time to play with here. And he's going to pick up his Historify sniper rifle. 1 behind him. Makes quick work of Thing 2 right there. And he will spot 1 more near the crates. Unfortunately, he's going to meet up with Historify, and Historify wins that engagement. But Team Caliber are just in complete control. And there you see the Oracle coming into play. When you get 4 comsats down on the ground, you could see guys through walls. So coordinate that with your team. Try to use all the comsats at the same time and reap the benefits from there. But let's take a look at the scoreboard in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Theory 13 and 9. Gunjar 8 and 7, and on the other side of things for Fuse, you see that Thing 2 is the top performer at 14 and 15. Sin and FaZe seem to be struggling a little bit. There you see Neslo using the Oracle to his advantage, spots 1 player downrange through the crate. Now, I haven't seen any of these players utilize the lean feature just yet, and I feel like it would be very useful, especially in the top windows of the map, over near the rooftops as well, as you could just lean around the corner and try to get the jump on your opponent. Neslo spots 2 players around him. MSBS won't be able to pick up the kill. Let's take a look at what Sharp is doing. I have no idea what he has right now, but it looks pretty darn cool. So I think this might be a support kill streak, because it doesn't look like he's doing damage to anyone, but he's spotting. And there you go. He just highlights them on the mini-map for his team. So just kind of being a UAV in the air. And you see, he highlights them, and then his teammates just take him out. And there you go, Team Cobber. They're going to dominate map number 2 on Freight by a score of 100-52. Here you see Nuzzle in the round-ending kill cam with the MSBS, using 6 total perks. So it doesn't look like he wants to mess with any of the secondary guns. Doesn't want to mess with the tacticals or lethals, and stocking up on as many perks as he can. And Team Cobber, they're looking pretty strong that map. And of course, keep tweeting at us. Let us know what you think about these new game types in Call of Duty Ghosts. Do you think they can make their way into the pro circuit? Do you think they're viable for competitive play? Right now we're testing Cranked, and we're going to do one more test. Let's see what map it should be on. So a lot of people were saying that I think Warhawk was one of the better maps. So let's move into the final map we're going to be seeing Cranked played on. Right now, in terms of Cranked between both these teams, Fuse and TK, well, they're tied up at 1-1. Fuse were able to take the first one on Strike Zone. And then you just saw Team Cobber answer right back on Freight. And now we're going to be moving into Warhawk. Of course, it's Cranked. And if you're just joining us now, we're doing competitive game type testings for the MLG Pro Circuit on the new Call of Duty game. And right now we're watching Cranked. So Cranked is a variant on Team Deathmatch. You pick up a kill and then you get Cranked. That increases your movement speed around the map. You get some added perks as well, and you're pretty much just a one-man killing machine. And we're going to be starting things off here with the Fuse team. This is the first time we're seeing some of these game modes in action in a competitive environment. So you see FaZe, he's just hanging back. His teammates in the action, though. Let's try to switch over to him. It's going to be Thing2 spotting 2 players, and there you go. He's going to pick up first blood onto Theory, but challenges Sharp, and he's going to meet his doom right there. So Sharp will get the better end as now he's cranked out. FaZe forced to back down. Historify will clean up Sharp, so now only one player cranked out on the map, it looks like.
We've lost the lead.
And that will be Historify. Sticking with his thermal attachment on his sniper rifle. And there you go. So Cranked, when you have a sniper, of course, you do get that increased movement when you're aimed down sight. So this is going to be very effective if he's able to make it work, of course, but he's going to be checking all his corners, and he's about to blow up. Only 2 seconds remain to make a kill. Oh, spots him, but blows up just before he was able to take the shot. Unfortunate play from Historify, and that's going to give Team Cobber the lead. As now you see they're just trading kills around the map. Looks like Sharp will come out on top as he's going to wind up cranked out. Historify could shoot this gate off, and he will. That gives him access towards the middle of the map. But both these teams just trying to fill each other out right now. And here you go, you got Sin. Looks like he's down to just his knife. As you see on the mini-map, there are players to his right, but he's just waiting for the opportune moment to move in and pick up the kill. Oh, SATCOM gonna get called in, so Sin has to begin his movement around, as you never know where they're gonna call in the SATCOM. And the first SATCOM you get, that's gonna be like a motion sensor. The second one is a UAV, third advanced UAV or a VSAT, and the fourth one will be an Oracle. But Sin, he was able to find some guns now, trying to wallbang the player up top. But right now it's a 14-5 score, favoring Team Cobber. Oh no, Sin gonna get dominated by Gunjar right there, as Historify finding one in the top window, does connect onto Neslo, finding one more, gets him as well. That was Gunjar. Historify picking up 2 quick kills for his team, but they're still down by 7 overall, and they need to start working as a team right here. You see them just pushing out one by one on the map, and Team Cobber, you know, they're glad to get these free kills around the map. Alright, so Historify gets, let's switch over to Team Caliber. It's gonna be Sharp on top of the ladder now. I love this position because if they want to try to get up to where Sharp is, they got to climb the ladder. And when you're climbing the ladder, well, you can't shoot your gun. So Sharp is going to be able to pick off any players near that area. As Neslo, he's just running on through these side alleyways. Checking out mid-street, finds one at the top of the street. But there's also a player behind him. MSBS, pretty good gun, connects on the headshot there, but gets shanked by Sin. Saw that in the kill feed as Sharp, he's going to move positions, just trying to give his teammates some support as they're trying to move up towards the right side of the map. It's going to be Theory now on your screen. You see Team Caliber there. Increased their lead to plus 10 for a second there, but Fuse, they've brought it back to within 9. Nezzo gets taken out. Sharp, he gets shut down as well. So Fuse, they're trying to make a late game comeback here, and you know, it seems like Team Caliber, they might be slipping away to their lead. Theory does spot one on the truck, picks up the kill. Now he's all cranked out as he's going to take point, and Nezzo just cleaning up house. So many kills being made by him as Team Caliber, they're going to increase their lead back to 10 as Goonjar does fall. But it's going to be Nezzo and Sharp just taking cover behind the bar here. Slot positioning because there's really, unless Fuse have an Oracle or a ComSat ready to call in, it's going to be tough to spot or discover the locations of these players. Actually, this is going to be Theory picking up a free kill onto Historify. One more player challenging from a domination, and that will result in Theory getting taken out. Let's take a look at our scoreboard right now. It's going to be Goonjar on top for Team Caliber, 12-12, and it's thing 2 for Fuse. Looks like FaZe struggling a little bit, 5-12, but there's still 5 minutes and 25 seconds left to play war until somebody gets up to the 100 kill mark. So let's take another look at Theory. Actually, who's controlling this little thing? I think this might be another one of those support kill streaks. Looks like it's just gonna be hovering overhead of Theory. I think this might be the owl or something like that, as it just goes over Theory and just kind of spots players for him. And there you go. He's gonna be able to take out thing 2, so helping him out there as he's cranked out, and he's gonna be the only one being aggressive for Team Caliber, just trying to pick up kills where he can. So if they can increase their, and there you go, finds one more, takes out FaZe, but immediately shut down after. That's gonna allow thing 2 to get cranked out. And you see the Caliber guys, well, all 3 of them are just taking cover behind that bar while Theory just, you know, tries to do what he can, and he's gonna find a double kill there, trying to go in for the triple, calling in the Oracle. Spots him through the wall, and thing 2 with the snipe will take him out. Goonjar, Nezlo, and Sharp just being friendly here behind the bar, as that Oracle helping them see through walls. Theory does pick up thing 2, so that's gonna get him cranked out again. Theory has to be the lead slayer by now. Yeah, 15-14. He's really the only one moving out and about around the map. There you go, free kill onto FaZe. FaZe was not expecting Theory to spawn right next to him like that, but Theory says, hey, thanks for the kill. Gonna challenge here at the top of the street. Oh man, reloading at the wrong moment. That's gonna be sin. And let's switch over to the Fuse guys, as they love to use their sniper rifles here. But once again, I mean, look at the mini-map. They're so far spread out. Now that they're respawning, they're going to be somewhat close together, but they're just going at Team Caliber one by one. And you saw where all of Team Caliber were located. Well, they're all near the same area, so essentially you would be fighting a 1-on-4. But nonetheless, they're able to pick up 2 there, bringing it to within 7. Historify, you're in the right area, buddy. Finding them behind the bar, but it's going to be Nezlo cleaning him up. Sin now trying to move into position. He knows where they are, but doesn't mean you can pick up the kill. Does find Sharp there, and now he's cranked out, but take a look at his ammo. He only has 16 bullets remaining in his gun. Doesn't look like he has a secondary either, making it down to 5. And once again, he's down to his combat knife. Did spot one point in the top of the street, but Nezlo just makes quick work of him. Thing 2 with his pistol out. We'll find one. Looking for others now that he's cranked. And it's only a 7, well, now it's a lot higher than that as Team Caliber pick up a couple kills, but it is now a 12 kill game. So if you get cranked out, all you need is 6 kills on Fuse, and you come right back into this game. But look at that kill feed. It is all Team Caliber as they clean up just about everyone. And they're looking good to take this map. Only 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to play. Somebody on Fuse just needs to go on a rampage. They need to get cranked out. They need to start moving out around the map and picking up these kills. And I think it's going to be Historify. He's been their top performer so far. At least throughout the first 2 maps we saw from them. Unfortunately, Historify finding a 1-on-2 there. There you go, thing 2. Finding one top of the street. He's now cranked out, and they need to start working quick here. Remain under 2 minutes remaining in the game. Thing 2 looking at his mini-map, knows there's one player around this area. Still in hot pursuit of Theory, it looks like it's going to be, but Oracle's being called in left and right. Big 2 trying to shoot this out of the sky. And he's about to blow up, man. Only 5 seconds remaining on his crank timer. Luckily, he was able to take out Sharp just in the nick of time, so he gets to stay cranked. But look at the scoreboard. Only 5 more kills need to be made by Team Coward. This one is all over. You see Theory, top performer, 30 and 23. 17 and 11 for Neslo. As, they're going to take out Fuse here. Now, they lost the first map, came back, won the second. And that's going to be it for Cranked. So as we move into the pregame lobby, I actually want to talk with the players. So I'm going to throw on my Turtle Beach headset and kind of get their thoughts on the Cranked game type. So let me plug this in. Boom. Hey, players. Hey, you guys there? Can you guys hear me? So, that was the first time we saw Cranked played in a competitive environment. What do you guys think of the game mode in general? Okay, so no penalty when the timer runs down. Okay.
When they would get the lead, they'd find the best corner of the whole entire map and just stay there the whole entire game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And another thing is,
you're going to see that a lot.
like, if
in
this game
game,
type
you die really
were
fast,
to
so-
kind of, if there's one change you can make to the game type to make it viable for competitive play, what would you guys kind of change about it?
Well, there would be. Yeah, if you blow up, you get a penalty, and on top of that, if you're cranked and you get a kill, you get 2 points for being rewarded already. Like, that doesn't make sense.
And another
Yeah,
thing
you
is,
should-
to be honest, even if there was a penalty for running around, it would be pure chaos, and the game type would even be more awful, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be it for Cranked. We're going to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be taking a look at some of the other new game types in Call of Duty Ghost. Stay tuned here on MLG.TV. When we come back, more game type testing.